The Profit First method by Mike Michalowicz is a super helpful framework for your business finances, but there's more to it than meets the eye. If you follow the framework, it doesn't just help you manage your money, it can actually help you make more money. I'm going to share with you some of these gems I found right after the wink. What's up, business heroes? I'm Dave, your self-employment sidekick, back with some tips, tricks, and tools to help you get the most value out of your business. Today, we're talking about Profit First. Again, I already made a video that does a quick overview of the methodology, how you can break out your income into 5 distinct checking accounts or more to make sure that all of your money has a job, it's going to the right place, and you can design a really nice dashboard that you can just glance at and know that your business is healthy and the money is going where it should be going. But as I hinted earlier, it's not just a budgeting system, it's actually a mindset. There's some psychology that went into the design of the framework that helps you not just set aside profit, but to actually increase your profitability, increase your revenue across the board. The first hidden gem that I'm going to talk about is profit motive. Profit is motivating. The whole framework puts profit front and center, and instead of the typical way of calculating profit as what's left over after you subtract your operating expenses from your revenue, it flips that around and guarantees that you're taking profit from every single paycheck. You're probably working so you can make money, right? I mean, I'm sure there's other things that get you out of bed into the office. Your work can be a way that you can add value to society and fulfill a purpose that you feel called to, but money is an important driver in our lives. It's what allows us to support our families. It's what allows us to be generous. And it's what allows us to enjoy life a little bit more than if we were constantly stressed out about how we're going to make ends meet.
My anxiety has kept me up for over 50 hours.
So it's not everything, but it is incredibly motivating. And if you know every time that you are going to work, some of that money is going to go and stay in your pocket, that's a nice feeling, right? For a while, I didn't really have a good feeling for where all of the money was going. I was working, I'd get a check, I'd deposit in the bank, but then you have different expenses. Early on in my freelance career, I completely forgot about taxes. So I'd come up to April 15th and get punched in the jaw. The Profit First framework is helpful at just giving you a peace of mind, knowing that you're on track, and that profit account above all is something that I find very motivating. I can turn that into a gift for my wife. I can turn that into just a nice night out or a trip, or I can take that and invest in my own personal growth and learning. You work hard for your money. You should be able to keep as much of it as you can and
treat yourself. It's the best day of the year.
Or employ it in the way that you choose, and not caught up in the confusion of whether or not you have enough money in the bank to cover your commitments, or if Uncle Sam is going to jump on you and shake you down for tax money that you don't have. Profit First gives you a lot of peace of mind, and ultimately it gives you that profit motive where you can get up, you're earning money, you can keep it, and you can use it more in the way that you want instead of being used by it or confused by it. Number 2, it gives you constraints. One of the core tenets or philosophies that underlie the Profit First method is Parkinson's law. Basically, if you have less of something, you're going to figure out how to make do with less of something. If you have a brand new tube of toothpaste, you're going to use it indiscriminately, like a minty super soaker. But if you start to run out, you squeeze it. You're not just gonna throw it in the trash. There's something in there. You're gonna get it out. And so you roll it up, you press it, you squeeze it, you find all the tricky angles to get that last little bit. I've seen some people cut open the tube of toothpaste and rub the toothbrush in it just to make sure that they're getting every last drop. If you know your operating expenses are going to have to be limited to 15% or 50% of your revenue, and going over that amount is going to tap into your owner's pay, your profit, your ability to cover taxes, you're going to stay within those fences and you're going to make do. And instead of dipping into these other accounts and hurting yourself, you stop at the gates of the operating expense account, and you're going to figure out how you're going to get the toothpaste out of the tube, so to speak. This actually helps you get creative. I know when I get a fresh tube of Sensodyne, I'm not thinking, I could cut this open with a knife and get toothpaste out of it that way. It's not until you're hitting your limitations do you start to see things from different angles and you get a little bit more creative. Maybe you've been relying on a service or a vendor that maybe actually have the talent in-house to do the same thing at the same quality or even better, or more true to you. Maybe you can change up the recipe so it uses a little less of the more expensive ingredients but still tastes just as good, or you find something that tastes even better and it costs less. Limitations can put you in a position to be innovative, and innovation brings new value to the world, new value to your business, and raises revenue.
Cash money, I'm gonna make it rain. I'm just gonna pick that up real quick.
Having limitations in place doesn't mean you're resigning yourself to a life of salty pea soup and tears. You should embrace it because we know over time it's going to help us extract more value out of our business, out of ourselves. Number 3, the profit first method is a great gut check. We just talked about limitations, but when you are looking at all of these numbers and you're trying to figure out for the first time what your percentages should be in each account, it might make you go, ooh, I don't know if I can make this work. And that's when you should ask yourself, why? Why might this not work? Are you looking at the owner's compensation and thinking, oh, I wish I could slide a little bit more into my personal checking account? Are you sure I need to pay taxes? Can I take a little bit more of that for myself? Gut check number 1. Are your lifestyle expectations reasonable? Are you thinking the owner's compensation isn't enough because you drive a Civic and you'd really like to drive a Tesla? Yes, a little bit. Or do you think the owner's compensation is too low because you're actually struggling feeding your family and affording groceries and other necessities? If it's the former and you just would like some more comforts that you could do without for the time being, you can wait on that for a little bit. Let your business grow, and as your business grows and your revenue increases and more money flows through to your personal finances, then you'll be able to enjoy those things later. But for now, as long as you're able to afford the necessities, that might be where you need to be. And that's going to be a healthier approach for your business for the meantime. Now, if you're just scraping by, then you should look at how those numbers break down and maybe you do some rearranging, because you got to make sure that you can take care of yourself and your family. But be reasonable. Now, gut check number 2, is it not working because you can't run your business off of that? Are the operating expenses too low? Well, we just talked about that, right? Is there anything you could get away with cutting? Are you spending money trying to create a product or offer a service that just isn't returning value to your company? If the money you're bringing into your business, despite all of your operating expenses, isn't enough to feed those operating expenses, then something might be out of a line. And I don't know what that is, but having these numbers in front of you and you going, ugh, is a good sign that you should probably spend some time working through that. Another scenario is you're running as lean as you possibly can. The money that you're spending is money you need to spend in order to run your business, and you're also running pretty lean in your own personal finances. You're not living a lavish lifestyle, but you're still just scraping by. Now, it might be a sales and marketing issue where you need to increase more revenue, but if you do have a lot of money coming in, but you just don't have enough margin to cover all of these expenses, then you might need to revisit your pricing structure. Might need to raise your rates. We can go deeper into pricing and how to value yourself another time. I just wanted to highlight how Profit First can just get everything out on the table and help you quickly assess your situation and help you find where you are on the spectrum of, yeah, I have a pretty healthy business, or I really got to do some work. The actual structuring of the different checking accounts and how you organize your finances, that's all gold. But the philosophy and the mindset that comes with the Profit First framework is super, super valuable. It motivates you, it helps you be more creative and innovative, and it forces you to be honest with yourself. So be sure to pick up a copy of Profit First by Mike Michalowicz. I'll leave a link in the description below. And if you haven't already, check out my other video that does a more surface level overview of the method. I hope this was helpful. I have a lot more content in the pipeline, so be sure to hit subscribe, the ringy dingy, and smash the like buttons. I said smash the like button. Gently click the like button so YouTube knows to put this video out in front of more self-employed awesome people like yourself. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one.